everybody, and welcome. We've got a full house of cheering fans, including Earl B., the home team's biggest fan.
Earl B, he's our man. Earl B, the home team's biggest fan.
Great day, great game. Thanks to all you fans for coming out, especially Earl B. See you next game, everybody.
For the people in our armed forces, it's a time of sacrifice, a time of duty. That's why we've joined together to form the Armed Forces Relief Trust to help military families cope with financial and medical emergencies at home. The 4 military aid societies gave millions last year to cover unexpected medical expenses, child care, and more. But with so many overseas, the need is greater than ever. They're serving us. Let's serve them in return.
When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Hey, tonight's Key to the Game is brought to you by McDonald's. Stay on top of your game. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And to me, the key to the game for the Elyria Pioneers will be trying to limit the rebounding of Admiral King. Admiral King is much taller than Elyria High. I think Admiral King is a little deeper than Elyria High. And to me, Elyria High, the key to the game is going to be crashing the boards, and it's going to take an effort by all 5 of the young men.
I think one of the keys this evening to tonight's game for the Admirals is to keep their focus and come out. They've been playing very well as of late, and this year I've been on a roll. They want to keep doing what they've been doing.
I think we're set for a dandy of a matchup, and we want to remind you that tonight's pregame show, the shortened pregame show, maybe the shortest pregame show in the history of AM 930 WEOL, was brought to you by your Lorain County State Farm agents. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. John Cernas, the head coach of the Elyria Pioneers in his 7th year. They are 3-2, 2-2 in the Pioneer. For the Admiral King, it's Mike Scott in his first year. They are 4-1. Starting for the Admirals will be Jerriel Nixon, a 6'2 senior. Paris Hilliard, a 5'10 junior. Jay Pinkerton, a 6'4 junior. Dan Bieber, a 6'8 senior. And Danny Hoskins, a 6'5 junior. For Elyria, they'll go with Lewis Tumblin, a 6'1 junior. Justin Phillips, a 6'3 senior. Jack Cito, a 6'1 senior. Dominique Milton, a 6'2 senior. And Cole Liu, a 6'4" senior. The Elyria Pioneers have on the home white jerseys with white shorts. They're trimmed in red and black. And the Admiral King Admirals come out with their blue uniforms. They are trimmed in white and gold. And I think we're headed for a great matchup in this championship game from the 7th annual holiday tournament at Elyria.
And it's nice to see Admiral King and Elyria playing a traditional rivalry. They don't play scheduled-wise anymore because of the way the conferences have been aligned lately, but it used to be a home-and-home series, and of course, many times it was 3 times a year as they met in it down the tournament trail.
I hear you. Phillips with the basketball for Elyria as they win the tip. Hands it off to Tumblin. Tumblin has it. We have Larry Reardon, Mark Weinerka, and Steve Iwanek, the 3 officials. Jack Cito for 3, he hits. Again, the officials, Larry Reardon, Mark Weinerka, and Steve Iwanek. 3-0 Elyria. With the basketball, the Admirals drive it to the hole, laying it up and in is Danny Hoskins. Hoskins makes it 3-2 Elyria. This one is going to be fun as the gym is getting more and more filled as we speak. I think we're going to have a packed house in a few moments. Cole Liu with the rebound. The return is up and in by Dominique Milton, 5-2 Elyria. With the basketball is Jerriel Nixon. Nixon the point guard, guarded by Tumblin. Left side for Bieber. Bieber guarded out there. Bieber man-to-man defense for Elyria to Hoskins, guarded by Cole Liu. Hoskins forced his way in. Offensive foul on Danny Hoskins for Admiral King.
First turnover for either ball club on the evening.
7:01 to go to the opening quarter. Elyria out in front, 5-2. The consolation game, we just had it, went to EC as they defeated Clearview 60-54. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips gets a screen from Cito. Phillips bounce pass on the right side for Milton. The jumper is no good. Rebound fought for. Comes down to Elyria High's Dominique Milton missed the shot, and on the rebound we have a jump ball, and the arrow will favor Admiral King. Jonathan Kimbrough into the Admiral King lineup. with the basketball is Kimbrough on that right wing. Kimbrough and the Admirals down by 3, 90 seconds into the contest. Pass up top to Jerry Nixon. Nixon to Pinkerton. Pinkerton, had a foul, says Larry Reardon, on the floor. Larry, one of the good guys, comes over and makes the call. Says that one's on Jack Cito for Jack, his first, team's first.
Are there good guys in striped shirts?
There are good guys in striped shirts, and Larry's one of them.
There are good guys in striped shirts.
Now see, there's that old coach in you coming out again. Jack Cito knocks it out of bounds, and it will go to Admiral King.
It's sort of like the opposing team and opposing coaches. They can be good after the game, but you're never sure if during the game.
Now you sound like McDermott. I got to work with him on Thursday. Bieber to inbound. Bieber looking, lobbing for Nixon, top of the circle. Nixon works it around the perimeter. They go back to Bieber. Bieber inside, double team, forced it up, no good. Rebound, Justin Phillips for Elyria. Phillips will get it across the timeline. Phillips, top of the circle. Left wing for Cito, over on the left baseline for Cole Liu. Liu, one dribble, picked up by Bieber. Now he's going to find Cito, who cut back door, laid it up and in. Cito from Liu. Cito with 5, and it's 7 to Elyria. Phillips went for the steal, didn't get it. Nixon with the basketball. Nixon into the forecourt. Nixon out to on the right wing to Jonathan Kimbrough. Kimbrough guarded by Lewis Tumblin, I'm sorry. Jonathan Kimbrough with the basketball on the three-point line to Bieber for 3. Bieber missed it off the rim. The rebound comes down to Tumblin. Tumblin and the Pioneers on the run. Tumblin on the three-point line. Lewis picks up his dribble. Looking for a teammate, finds Cole Liu. Liu back by the midcourt stripe to Cito. Back to Liu. Liu with a nice pass inside to Milton. Shot blocked, but he was fouled. Dominique Milton from Cole Liu. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Foul on Jonathan Kimbrough, his first, team second. And with 5:24 to go in the first quarter, Elyria off to the early lead at 7-2.
Both teams coming out this evening with a little pop in their step, running up and down the floor. Nice, crisp passing. And
Dominique Milton, first free throw up and in. He's 71% on the year, by the way. Dominique averages 7.4 points per game. Didn't have a lot of time to feed you numbers in the shortened pregame show. Brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Second free throw again, around the rim, and it trickled in. Dominique Milton with 4, 9-2 Elyria. 5:20 to go in the first quarter, and we have a bump by Justin Phillips, and Phillips gets called for that foul. Justin's first, team second. I think we're going to have a real good contest here tonight, Gary.
I'm looking forward to it. Both teams showing a lot of promise here.
Hoskins with the basketball. Hoskins had it knocked away. Cito tried to save it. It went out of bounds to Admiral King. I think when you look at the county, I think most people would agree, Southview, Admiral King, Elyria, it's the year of the big schools in Lorain County. And I think they expect these 3 to be the top 3 teams in the county.
I would say so. After this, at this point in the season, that seems to be the way it's panning out.
Kimbrough with the long jump shot, no good. Rebound, Dominique Milton. Milton in the backcourt to Tumblin. Tumblin quickly ahead. Foul line jumper, put it up around the rim, and it fell out. Rebound comes down to Cole Liu. Liu back inside, put it up and in. Cole Liu with the basket. Admiral King says timeout. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. 11 to Elyria on the WEOL Colson and Colson cage matchup.
Hi, this is Tim McGraw. Today and every day is the right time to support the American Red Cross, who gives disaster assistance to people when they need it most. You can help the victims of thousands of disasters across the country each year by making a financial gift to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund, which enables the Red Cross to provide shelter, food, counseling, and other assistance to those in need. Please call 1-800-HELP now. Together, we can save a life.
Please remember me.
All right, Mad Dog with the phone call, letting us know the Saints are up 21 over Brunswick, who I think is undefeated.
I'm hoping Mad Dog makes sure he gives us a final on that one.
Pinkerton with a runner in the lane, put it up, no good. Rebound to Pinkerton, put it back up, missed it again, and a rebound comes down to the Pioneers. Phillips has it. Phillips into the forecourt. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips lost the dribble, got it back, finds Jack Cito. Cito on the three-point line. Jack on the dribble drive. Drag back out to Dominique Milton. Milton went up, had nowhere to go, found Jack Cito. Cito in the corner, back to Cole Liu. Bounce pass for Milton. Milton fake, put it up. Nobody was fouled, and the foul will be on Danny Hoskins. for Danny Hoskins. That's going to be his second foul already with 4:06 to go in the first quarter. And the Admirals are going to go to the bench.
Milton had the ball down low in the paint under the basket, did a little pump fake. He got Hoskins up in the air, and then he went up to take the shot and drew the easy foul.
Derek Mosley and Julius Blackman will check in for the Admirals. Milton, who shoots 71% on the year, missed that free throw. So Hoskins comes out, Kimbrough comes out for the Admirals again. It's Blackman and Mosley coming in. Milton 2 for 3 tonight from the charity stripe. Line left. Dominique, a 6'2 senior, had 12 points last week against Elyria Catholic. Missed both of them, but Kolu got the rebound, and then he threw it away to Pinkerton. It gets knocked out of bounds. Admiral King basketball. So the Admirals with the ball, 11-2 Elyria with 4:02 to go in the first quarter.
I think right now is the time for the Admirals to come up with a basket.
Okay.
They want to get themselves righted a little bit here.
Pinkerton finds Bieber at the foul line. Bieber back to Pinkerton, but he threw it into the stands. Turnover gives the ball back to Elyria. Well, the Pioneers couldn't have asked for a better start, and of course the Admirals couldn't have asked for a worse one to this point. 11-2 Elyria, 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Phillips looks back to Coach John Cernas, and he wants to pull Admiral King out, make him play man-to-man defensively. Cito by the midcourt line. Cito with the basketball. Cito's going to dribble in. Cito picks up his dribble, goes back to Phillips. John says be patient and make him come out and take you man-to-man. Cito still waiting for the Admirals to chase. They begin to do so. Phillips has it. Phillips at the top of the key. He's going to take a long three off the rim. No good. Rebound Milton. Milton back up. No good. Rebound Kolu had it, but he lost it. With the basketball is Jeriel Nixon. I'm not sure that's what John Cernas wanted in that situation. Mosley has it. Mosley back out to Nixon. Nixon guarded closely by Phillips. Nixon with a nice drive to the basket. It was halfway down. It came back up. No good. Rebound Blackman. The tough return is no good. Pinkerton missed it. Rebound comes down to Phillips. And the Admirals are ice cold. Quick pass ahead to Dominique Milton. Milton put it up. He missed it. Rebound Jeriel Nixon, and he is going to be fouled in the backcourt.
Yeah, the Admirals had several good looks at the basket there. Couldn't get any of them to go down.
Dominique, go ahead.
Sent it back the other way, and the Pioneers had their look as well, and they've turned it back over, and the Admirals coming back down the floor, still 11-2.
Milton with the foul, his first, team's third. 2:30 to go in the first quarter, 11-2, Elyria by 9. Jeriel Nixon with the basketball. Nixon with the pass in the corner. The three by Mosley is up and in. Derek Mosley with the basket, and maybe that'll get the Admirals going. They trail 11-5. Phillips on the three-point line, back outside to Tumblin. Now he finds Cito. Cito inside, nowhere to go. Out to Kolu, three in the corner, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is corralled by Blackman for Admiral King. Long outlet to Pinkerton, lays it up and in. Jay Pinkerton with his first basket. The Admirals on a 5-0 run, and the Elyria lead is 4 at 11-7 with 1:55 to go in the first quarter. Now Elyria running the offense. Phillips has the basketball. Phillips working on Pinkerton. Phillips back outside to Jack Cito. Cito to Lou, back out to Phillips. He'll take another three. He'll miss it. Rebound, offensive rebound, Dominique Milton. Milton to Tumblin. Tumblin for three. He missed it. Rebound tapped out to Phillips. He tapped it up and in. Phillips with his first basket. 13-7 Elyria by 6. Mosley with the basketball. Mosley on the three-point line. Finds Bieber at the foul line. Bieber trying to work on Milton. Can't. To Pinkerton. He'll drive in around Kolu, and the whistle and the foul. Foul on Kolu. For Cole, his first, team's fourth. And Pinkerton at the line for two.
I would have to say on that their offensive end of the boards, the Elyria Pioneers are just dominating. They're getting 2-3 shots every time they're down there at that end of the basket. And Admiral's side, they can't be too happy about that.
Right. Pinkerton will try to make them both. Steve Isom comes in for Elyria. Pinkerton made them both. Jay, 65% on the season, 13-9 Elyria. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. We're live from Elyria High School, the finals of the 7th annual Elyria Holiday Tournament. Rob Polinsky, Gary Pelder, Elyria and Lorraine Admiral King. Our consolation game that was just played, Elyria Catholic defeated Clearview. Steven Isom on the three-point line. Isom, Nicole Lou, 50 seconds to go in the ball game. Threw it away, stolen away by Jeriel Nixon. Nixon into the forecourt. Nixon on the drive. Nixon around Isom. Threw it over Phillips, and Phillips called for the foul. For Justin, that's going to be his second. And Phillips with his second foul, team's fifth.
Well, the Admirals went that time with their man-to-man defense back on their end of the floor. And the Pioneers looking to float the ball down into the middle. Jeriel Nixon cheated a little bit and floated back down there in the paint and picked it off, tried to take it coast to coast. But he is at the free throw line now.
Jeriel, 85% on the year, makes his first free throw. It's 13-10, Elyria by 3. Phillips comes out with those 2 fouls. Nixon again up and in. Nixon made them both. It's 13-11. The Admirals are within 2. They trailed 11-2. And look at this run they put together at the end of the quarter, Gary.
Put together a 7-point run here.
The first half of the first quarter went to Elyria. The second half to Admiral King. They find on the back door Dominique Harris in for Elyria. He laid it up and in. Harris came in for Phillips. 15-11 Elyria. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Mike Scott and Al Stacy, his assistant, standing up, watching the game. Nixon looking in. Nixon had it stolen away by Dominique Harris. His pass intended for Cito, knocked away by Pinkerton. Back outside to Tumblin. Tumblin with the basketball, 5 seconds. Tumblin 4 seconds. Dribbling in 3 seconds. Shot blocked by Pinkerton. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. After 1 quarter in the books, our score, it's Elyria 15, Admiral King 11 on the WEOL. Colson and Colson, cage matchup.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain. A local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
Welcome back, second quarter of action. Elyria and Admiral King, and we want to remind you, Joe Bach was good enough to come over, hook us up, and let us know that tonight's championship game of the Elyria Holiday Classic between Admiral King and Elyria will be seen tomorrow, December 29th at noon, 6 and 10 p.m. on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television in Elyria, Adelphia Cable Channel 20. Thanks to Joe Bach and the crew at WLCS. And the shot goes up, no good from Lewis Tumblin. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. Foul that time, Rashawn Lagarde, who's in to start the second quarter for Admiral King. And Tumblin will go to the line for 2. Lewis looking for his first points of the night. Lewis line left, free throw up and in. Lewis Tumblin, 59% free throw tosser on the season. And Elyria leads 16-11. Milton, Cito, Lou, Harris, and Tumblin are the 5 out for Elyria to start the second quarter. Tumblin missed that one. Pinkerton with a rebound. He's joined by Bieber, also Jordan Simmons, and he's got Mosley also out there for the Admirals. Reverse layup, no good by Pinkerton, but the return is up by Rashawn Lagarde. So Lagarde with his first 2, and it's 16-13. Elyria by 3. 7:25 to go in the first half until the Nationwide Insurance halftime show. John Cernas again wants Elyria to pull it out and make Admiral King play man-to-man. With the basketball is Harris. Dominique Harris on the three-point line. Got it into Tumblin. Layup is up and in.
And he got his wish that time. A little cutting and slashing. An easy basket for the Pioneers.
Yep, Tumblin with 3. 7 minutes to go in a half. 18-13, Pioneers by 5. Pinkerton fires a 3 and he hits. Jay Pinkerton with a big basket. Pinkerton now with 7. And it's 18-16. Elyria with a 2-point lead. Tumblin with the basketball. Tumblin on the 3-point line. Tumblin will pull it back out by midcourt. Back out to Cole Lou now on the 3-point arc. Bounce pass for Cito in between the circles. Jack looking to drive in. He does so. He was fouled before the shot. The blocking foul will go on the Admirals. It'll be their 15th foul. Foul on Mosley. For Mosley, his first, team's 5th. Mike Scott, his first year with the Admirals, has him at 4-1. An outstanding start for Admiral King. On the inbound, they get it to Lewis Tumblin for 3. He hits it. 21-16, Admirals with 6.5 minutes, or Pioneers with 6.5 minutes to go in the half. Bounce pass to Pinkerton in the corner to Bieber. Bieber at the foul line outside. The shot goes up. It is no good by Lagarde. Rebound comes down to Cito for Elyria. Cito will go cross court to Lewis Tumblin. And with 6:10 to go in the first half, Elyria leads by 5. Tumblin, as he gets the screen, gets it to Cole Lou. Lou down to Tumblin. Tumblin inside, threw it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Jay Pinkerton. He's going to beat him back. Pinkerton with a nice bounce pass in the corner for Derek Mosley. Mosley back to Pinkerton. Pinkerton to Jerry Nixon. Nixon top of the key, drives in, jump stop, put it up and in from 6 feet. Jerry Nixon with a nice move to the basket. He has 4 points, and it's 21-18 Elyria.
Jerry Nixon has taken it strong to the basket several times, but that's his first field goal of the ball game.
Good crowd here at Elyria now, Gary. Cole Lou with the basketball on the 3-point line. Back out to Tumblin. Tumblin to Jack Cito with 5:20 to go in a half. Elyria by 3. Dominique Milton lobs it in for Lou. Lou pulls it back out, outside to Milton. Milton goes baseline. Now he'll drive inside. Had it knocked away, stolen by Nixon. Out to Pinkerton. Pinkerton's going to drive to the basket. Blows by everybody and laid it up and in. Jay Pinkerton with 9. 21-20, the Admirals within 1. Tumbling inside the foul line. The runner is up, no good. Milton knocked it out to Cole Lou. Back to Jack Cito. Cito in the corner for Harris. Back to Cito. Can't get off the 3. Cross-court pass for Tumblin. Tumblin on the left side, guarded by Pinkerton. Back outside to Cito. 4:43 to go in a half. Elyria 21, Admiral King 20, in what's been an entertaining first half from Elyria High School. Dominique Harris on the right side, back outside to Jack Cito. Cito has it. He'll play catch with Tumblin. Tumblin trying to drive around Pinkerton. Does so. Lays it up and in. Tumblin with 8 all here in the second quarter. You know what's impressed me about him? He didn't score in the first quarter, and he hasn't forced it, Gary.
No, he hasn't forced it, and he has made some nice plays.
Nixon goes to the basket, threw it up, no good. Dan Bieber with the return, laid it up and in. Bieber with his first 2. And at the other end, the Admirals knock it out of bounds, trying to save it. Boy, nice job by Julius Blackman, but it'll go out of bounds to Elyria. Jay Pinkerton gets a well-deserved rest, and coming in for him is Jonathan Kimbrough. 23-22 Elyria. They'll inbound it back to Lewis Tumblin. Elyria has played the second quarter to this point without Justin Phillips, who's on the bench with 2 fouls.
Doing a little clear out here.
Yep, Tumblin, he'll take a 3. He'll hit it. Tumblin with 11 all here in the second quarter, 26-22. He has all 11 points in the second quarter for Elyria, and we have a turnover, a travel on Jonathan Kimbrough. Again, the Admirals at 4-1, the Pioneers 3-2. Elyria got here by defeating EC last Tuesday in the first round, and Admiral King got here by defeating Clearview in the first round last Tuesday. Setting up this anticipated showdown. The lob out to Harris. Harris for 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound Kimbrough. Kimbrough fell down, came back up and got the pass ahead. Gets it to Mosley. Mosley on the left side outside to Bieber. Bieber in the corner for Nixon. 3 in the air, it's good. Jerry Nixon lights it up from 3-point land. 26-25, a steal by Kimbrough. Threw it up, no good. Cole Lou got the rebound. And Jonathan Kimbrough has a problem with his shoe. The officials don't see it. Tumblin put up the shot. It was blocked by Nixon. Picked back up by Isom. Gets it ahead to Tumblin. And Kimbrough still with a problem with his shoe in the backcourt. With the basketball is Steven Isom. He'll pass it ahead. The shot goes up by Milton. No good. And we have a whistle and a foul.
Well, whether the officials saw it or not, the situation is thus. They don't want to stop the momentum of the team that's advancing the basketball because the opposing players lost the shoe.
Right. They didn't stop it. Foul that time on the Admirals is going to go on Derek Mosley, his second. Dominique Milton at the free throw line. He puts it up and in. Milton now with 5 points, 3 of them from the foul line. Jack Cito in for Cole Lou for Elyria. 27-25 Elyria with 2:52 remaining in the first half. Steve Iwanek now having a conversation with Mike Scott, the first-year head coach for the Admirals. Free throw by Milton, around the rim and out. Rebound Bieber. Bieber will hand it off to Nixon. Nixon into the forecourt. Nixon with the basketball goes to Pinkerton, who's back in there. Bieber posts up at the foul line. They don't get it to him. Back up to Nixon. Nixon has it. Nixon, a long three. That one no good. Rebound Cito. Cito, they get it outside now to Isom. Isom back outside to Tumblin. And John Cernas again at midcourt orchestrating this offense. Tumblin has it. Tumblin gets around Pinkerton, leaves it for Jack Cito. Foul line jumper is off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Dan Bieber. Bieber will hand it off to Jerry Nixon. Back to Bieber. Bieber wasn't looking for it. He threw it away, out of bounds. Turnover, gives it back to Elyria.
That's the second time in this first half of play the Admirals have had that problem. What they've done is one player throws the pass to another player, and the other player gives it right back to him. The guy's making his cut. He's not looking. He's not expecting that play. That's something that they should have eliminated by this point in the season.
Tumblin to Steven Isom. Isom with the runner in the lane. 6-footer around the rim and in. Steven Isom puts it up and in. Isom with his first two. 29-25 Elyria. 1:50 to go in a half. Pinkerton drives. Pinkerton left it for Mosley. Laid it up and in. Derek Mosley with 5. 29-27 on the great feed from Jay Pinkerton. 1:40 to go in a half. Elyria by just 2. Cito with a basketball. Cito at the foul line. Cito out to Isom. Fakes the 3. Steven on the dribble drive. Pulls it back out. Now he goes in. The runner blocked by Nixon. Here come the Admirals. Nixon to Mosley. He missed it. And a rebound to Blackman. Blackman ahead to Harris. Harris to Isom. Isom at the other end. Isom to Dominique Harris. Laid it up. No good. Rebound. Cole Lou wrestled it away. Nobody was fouled. Cole Lou will go to the line for 2. All right, what a first half, Gary.
Wow, both teams running, both teams playing, both teams shooting.
Everybody's got their $5 worth tonight with this first half. Foul on Mosley, his third. Cole Lou puts it up and in. For the Admirals, Jonathan Kimbrough comes back in, as does Rashawn Lagarde. Dominique Milton coming back in for the Pioneers. We haven't seen Justin Phillips in the second quarter for Elyria. We haven't seen Danny Hoskins in the second quarter for Admiral King. Both have been saddled with 2 personal fouls. Cole Lou put the second free throw up and in. Lou with 4. 31-27 Pioneers with 1:10 remaining in the half. Jerry Nixon will walk it across midcourt. Gets a screen. He'll drive. He's in the paint. 8-foot fadeaway is good. Jerry Nixon with 9, and the Admirals are within 2. As we get down under a minute to go in the first half, John Cernas says spread it out. Tumblin back out to Steven Isom. Isom by the midcourt stripe. Isom with a left-hand dribble. Isom now still on the dribble, looking for Tumblin, gets it to him. Tumblin at the foul line, fell down, and he traveled. With 42.5 seconds to go in the first half, the turnover gives it back to Admiral King.
The Pioneers had the Admirals spread all over the floor to the furthest corners of the front court there, but they couldn't seem to make it work before they turned it over.
The inbound to Jerry Nixon. Nixon with the basketball. Nixon will walk it across midcourt. Nixon into the forecourt. 35 seconds until the Nationwide Insurance halftime show. Gets it into Bieber. Bieber wrestling with Dominique Milton. Jump ball. The arrow in favor of Admiral King. Tonight's game and all high school basketball games on WEOL can be heard once again online at LoraineCounty.com Sports. Hear them live or on demand for all the action all season. Join your neighbors. Log on to LoraineCounty.com. Bieber to inbound with 30 seconds to go in the game. I think there'll be a few people going back to the archives and listening to this one after it's over. And I'm sure we've got a few out there listening live worldwide.
Yes. A few might be watching it tomorrow.
That's also correct. On WLCS TV Channel 20 in Lorain. Thanks to Joe Bach and his good staff. Jerry Nixon, a great spin move, put it up and in. Nixon with 11, and we're tied at 31. 3 seconds, 2. Milton, shot blocked. Kimbrough has it. He doesn't get up the shot. One half of great basketball is in the books from Elyria. Our score, Elyria 31, Admiral King 31. We'll be back with the Nationwide Insurance halftime show after this timeout.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
And like the man said, this is the Nationwide Insurance halftime show brought to you by your Lorain County Nationwide agents. Ron Polinsky, Gary Pelter, live from the finals of the 7th annual Elyria High School Holiday Tournament. We're in halftime of the championship game. It's 31-31, Admiral King and Elyria putting on quite a show here for the near capacity crowd at Elyria High. After one, Elyria High led 15-11. Admiral King went outscored Elyria 20-16 in the second quarter to go 31-31 at halftime. Taking a look at individual scoring for the Admirals, Jerry Nixon has 4 field goals, one being a 3, a couple of free throws for 11. Jay Pinkerton has 3 field goals, one being a 3, a couple of free throws for 9. Dan Bieber a field goal for 2. Danny Hoskins a field goal for 2. Jonathan Kimbrough started, didn't score. 24 points from the starting 5. Off the bench, Derek Mosley 2 field goals, one being a 3 for 5. Rashawn Lagarde a field goal for 2. 7 off the bench, add him to the 24 for the starters. 4:31 for Admiral King. Julius Blackman saw action, as did Jordan Simmons. They didn't score. For Elyria, Lewis Tumblin leads the Pioneers with 11. They all came in the second quarter. 4 field goals, 2 of them behind the arc, and a free throw. Lewis Tumblin with 11. Justin Phillips had a first quarter field goal for 2 before he left with foul trouble. Jack Cito has 2 field goals, 1 behind the three-point line. He has 5. Dominique Milton has a field goal, 3 free throws for 5. And Cole Liu has a field goal and a couple of free throws for 4. 27 points from the starting 5 for Elyria. Off the bench, Dominique Harris a field goal for 2. Stephen Isom a field goal for 2. 31 points for Elyria as they had 4 points off the bench. We'll take this time out. We'll continue on the Nationwide Insurance halftime show right after this.
It's a sound we take for granted. Life seemed so simple as a child, yet 500,000 children in Ohio have vision problems. Problems that, if not detected early, can lead to loss of sight and difficulty learning. Simple activities like riding a bike can become dangerous. When you register your vehicle or renew your license plates, add a $1 donation to the Save Our Sight Fund and help save the sight of Ohio's children. For more information, call 1-800-755-GROW.
Thanks for giving to Save Our Sight.
Back out here at Elyria High School, taking a look quickly at statistics for the Pioneers in the first half of play. They were 11 of 23 for 47% from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range in that first half of play, 6 of 10 from the charity stripe for 60% from the free throw line. Looking at the statistics for the Admirals from Admiral King, they were 13 of 26 for 50% from the field. They were 3 of 5 for 60% from three-point range. They got it more than their fair share to go down from outside the arc. They were 2 of 4 from the free throw line, and taking a little bit of advantage of that hot shooting in the second quarter. 9 of 14 for the Admirals to make up a little bit of the deficit there. We're going to be coming back with the second half of play right after this.
Freedom to think for yourself.
To disagree with the government.
Freedom to be equal.
To be different.
Freedom to raise a family.
To marry the man I love.
The freedom to worship the God of my choice.
To live with dignity.
The freedom to be me.
To be whatever I want to be.
Defending freedom for over 200 years.
Gary, our halftime look at the key to the game brought to you by McDonald's. Stay on top of your game. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Gary, Admiral King.
I think for Admiral King, what they've got to do is a whole lot more of what they did in that second quarter of play. They came out in that first quarter very, very cold, couldn't get things going. They were active, but they couldn't get the basket to go in the hole. The second quarter, they initiated the action and got some things to happen for them offensively.
To me, Justin Phillips for Elyria could be a real key. He did not play in the second quarter due to foul trouble. He needs to be able to stay on the floor. He's got to score. He only has 2 points to this point. He's one of the leaders. He and Tumblin. Elyria is going to need Justin Phillips. That's my key to the game, brought to you by McDonald's. Stay on top of your game, McDonald's. I'm loving it. We want to remind you that the halftime show was brought to you by the Nationwide Insurance Halftime Show. Has been brought to you by the Lorain County Nationwide Agents. Find your kind of agent. Call a Nationwide agent today, and we're set to begin the third quarter of action. We're tied at 31 as we get underway. Elyria opens the third quarter with a basketball. Justin Phillips has it. Phillips on the three-point line. He's joined by Tumblin, Cito, Milton, and Lou. The original five out there for Elyria. Admiral King in man-to-man defense, and we'll get you the Admiral's starting five in a second. Phillips dumps it in for Lou, knocked away by Danny Hoskins. Hoskins back in there. He sat out the second quarter. Phillips with a jumper in and out. Rebound, tip back up, no good. Rebound, Phillips had it, lost it. He got it back, threw it up off the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Danny Hoskins for Admiral King. To Jerry Nixon, also out there, Bieber, Kimbrough, and Pinkerton. They get to Kimbrough, he laid it up and in. Jonathan Kimbrough gives the Admirals the lead at 33-31.
It's looking pretty tough for Elyria to get a basket at one end, but hey, Kimbrough made it look easy on the Admirals' end.
Tumblin at the other end, Tumblin on the three-point line. He'll take it, he'll make it. Tumblin with his third three of the game. He's got 14 altogether, and Elyria leads by one. Kimbrough at the other end. Kimbrough to Bieber. Foul line jumper is up and in. Dan Bieber with four. 35-34 Elyria. Other end, Tumblin has it around Nixon. He laid it up and in. Tumblin with 16. The action fast and furious at both ends. Pinkerton, no, but he was fouled by Kolu. 6:43 to go in the third quarter. Jay Pinkerton to go to the free throw line for two. We'll take a 30-second timeout and return to Elyria right after this.
Mental health problems are surprisingly common. They affect almost every family in America, maybe even yours. Call 1-800-789-2647. Get the facts about mental health.
Welcome back to Elyria. Jay Pinkerton makes both free throws at the other end. Justin Phillips with the basketball. He puts the jumper up, and it's good. Kimbrough with the basketball for Admiral King. 6:18 to go in the third quarter. 38-37. Elyria by one. Kimbrough has the top of the key. Kimbrough dumps it into Hoskins. Hoskins with a turnaround. It's off the glass. No good. Rebound comes down to Lewis Tumblin. Tumblin on the run. Tumblin baseline right. Tumblin with the basketball. Tumblin pulls it out, goes out to Jack Cito. Around the perimeter, Phillips, a long three, he hit it! Justin Phillips from the parking lot put it up and in, he's got 7. 41-37 with 5:50 to go in the third. Jerry Nixon top of the key, out to Pinkerton. Pinkerton with a runner in the lane is no good, and a rebound comes down to Tumblin. Tumblin with the basketball, Tumblin, he'll take another long three and hit it! Lewis Tumblin is feeling it. Tumblin with 19, including 4 3-pointers, and Elyria leads 44-37, 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. Kimbrough with the basketball. Kimbrough in between the circles. Jonathan to Danny Hoskins. Hoskins going to drive high off the glass, no, but he's fouled. Foul on Cole Lou. For Lou, that is his third. And it's the second on Elyria here in the third quarter. Danny Hoskins will go to the free throw line for two. With 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Hoskins line left. Hoskins bends the knees, puts the free throw up and in. Dominique Harris in for Elyria. Cole Lou comes out with 3 fouls. Now Admiral King really has a size advantage. Hoskins again line left, put them both in. Hoskins with 4. 44-39 Elyria. The lead is 5 with 5:15 to go in the third. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips gets it into Dominique Milton. Milton over Pinkerton off the glass and in. Long outlet now for Jeriel Nixon. Nixon, he'll launch a long three himself. He'll miss it short. Rebound, Lewis Tumblin. Elyria with a 7-point lead in the basketball. Phillips had a shot. His three blocked by Nixon, out of bounds. John Cernas asking Justin Phillips why he would have shot that. 4:55 to go in the third. Elyria up by 7. Phillips gets the inbounds from Cito. Boy, a great block that time, Gary, by Jeriel Nixon.
I think Phillips was just feeling it. He wanted to get in the flow there.
He should have been feeling Nixon. It was breathing down his neck. Tumblin has it, guarded by Kimbrough. Tumblin tries to split the defense off the glass and rim, no good. Danny Hoskins with a rebound for Admiral King. To Jeriel Nixon. Long lob ahead for Bieber. That's knocked away by Dominique Harris. Turnover gives the ball back to Elyria. John Cernas imploring his team to slow down and run their offense. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips has it. He's going to drive. Phillips splits the defense. Put it up. No. Rebound, Jay Pinkerton. Back to Jeriel Harris, who got away with a walk. His pass was stolen by Cito, but Cito called for the hold. So Bieber to inbound with 4:12 to go in the third quarter. The inbounds to Jeriel Nixon, 4:10 to go in the third. Bieber has it. Bieber on the three-point line. Lob into Hoskins. Hoskins off the glass and in. Danny Hoskins with 6. Outlet for Tumblin. Tumblin drives to the hole. Put it up in, and he's fouled. Lewis Tumblin with 21. He'll look for 22 at the line. What a night for Tumblin, Gary.
What a quarter for Tumblin.
And he had no points in the first quarter. He has 11 in the second quarter and 10 in the third quarter.
We've still got 3 minutes and 57 seconds to play in the third quarter.
48-41 Elyria. They've outscored Admiral King 17-10 in the quarter to this point. It has been a fun game to watch here at Elyria. Free throw rims out on Tumblin, and it comes down to Hoskins. Tumblin just 59% on the year from the line. Bieber, his three-pointer is off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound knocked around to Pinkerton for Admiral King. They'll reset the offense. Mosley gets it. Mosley puts up the jumper, no good. Rebound Jack Cito for Elyria. The long outlet for Dominique Harris. Harris with the basketball. Harris back outside to Justin Phillips. 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Elyria leads 48-41. Phillips guarded by Pinkerton. Over to Cito in between the circles to Dominique Harris. He's going to drive over Bieber off the glass and rim, no good. Good defense by Dan Bieber. He altered that shot. Harris stole it away, though, and he has it on the baseline. Puts up the 10-foot jumper. Rimmed it, no good. Rebound, Bieber. Bieber ahead to Jeriel Nixon. Gets it to Mosley. Mosley's going to drive over Cito. No good. Blocking foul on Jack Cito. Cito called for the foul. His third. Team's third. And we're going to have, at the free throw line, Derek Mosley for 2. Mosley line left. Mosley bends the knees. First free throw up and in. Bieber comes out. Coming in for Admiral King is Julius Blackman. Cito comes out, and coming in for Elyria is Stephen Isom. Mosley again, made them both. Derek Mosley now with 7 points. He's had a solid game off the bench.
Admiral King 6 of 6 from the free throw line in the third quarter play.
Well, for Bieber, it was a quick blow because he goes back to the scorer's table. Justin Phillips with the basketball. 2:55 to go in the third. Elyria by 5. Threw it away as he went to Tumblin. Tonight's game and all high school basketball games on WEOL this season can be heard online at LoraineCounty.com Sports. Hear them live or on demand for all the action all season. Join your neighbors. Log on to LoraineCounty.com. We'll have the Mr. Hero postgame show coming up immediately following this one. Danny Hoskins in the quarter, whips it over to Bieber. Bieber with an 8-footer, put it up and in.
Nice ball movement by the Admirals. Nobody even dribbled the ball.
Bieber with 6 points. 48-45. The Admirals back to within 3. With the basketball is Phillips. Phillips inside the foul line. Phillips over Pinkerton, put up the runner and in. Phillips now with 9, 7 in the quarter. 50-45, Elyria by 5 with 2:20 to go in the third. Hoskins in the corner. Hoskins guarded by Phillips. Hoskins is back to the basket, goes to Mosley. Cross-court pass. Pinkerton got it back from Isom. Pinkerton with a jumper. It's up and in. Pinkerton with 13. 50-47 Elyria as the action is fast and furious at both ends. 2 minutes to go in the third. Phillips on the run. Back outside to Isom. Isom drives in. 6-foot runner floats in. Steven with 4 points. Mosley at the foul line, and he is going to be held, and their foul will go on Elyria.
It's so fast and furious here tonight, I'm not even getting a chance to look up on my stat sheet half the time.
It's tough. Foul on Dominique Harris, his first, team's 5th. This could be a big thing. Elyria has 5 team fouls in the second half. Admiral King with 1. Bieber on the baseline. Turnaround jumper is up and in. Dan Bieber heating up. He has 8, 6 of them in the third quarter. And it's 52-49. Elyria by 3 with just more than 90 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Tumblin with the basketball. Tumblin top of the key. Lewis on the dribble. Lewis guarded by Pinkerton. Finds Stefan Isom. Isom with the basketball. Isom goes back outside to Phillips. Phillips being chased by Nixon. Phillips on the drive, knocks over the defender, but a blocking foul is called. Is not having his feet set was Julius Blackman. For Blackman, his first, team's first. Elyria to inbound with 1:18 to go in the third quarter. Look, the long lob out here for Milton, I'm sorry. Back outside to Phillips for 3. He hit it. Phillips with his second 3 of the quarter. He's got a dozen in the game, 10 of them in the third. 55-49 Elyria by 6. Jerry Old Nixon is going to drive, forced his way to the hole, put it in, and he's fouled. And while we wait for Nixon to go to the free throw line, we'll take this quick 30-second timeout.
There's this guy, always in my face, shouting at me. But I love him. My coach.
Be a coach. Inspire greatness. Special Olympics.
This guy.
Nixon makes the three-point plays. He made the free throw at the other end. Isom misses a layup, and Admiral King with the basketball. They're down by 3 with 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. Nixon has it. Nixon on the three-point line. Nixon looking. Gets it to Bieber. Bieber top of the circle. Bieber lost it. Has to go back to midcourt to get it. Milton went for the steal, didn't get it. To Pinkerton in the corner. Pinkerton with a jumper. It's up and in. Jay Pinkerton makes it 55-54. Pinkerton with 15. The Elyria lead is down to 1 with 13 seconds to go in the third. Phillips walks it across midcourt. Phillips by the midcourt stripe. Phillips being double teamed. He's dribbling around. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Phillips, and we have a whistle and a foul away from the ball. A holding call on the Admiral King Admirals. Foul on Julius Blackman, his second, with 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. We're going to have a heck of a finish, Gary.
I got a feeling they're wearing out the nets in this ball game.
They're wearing me out. Harris has the inbounds to Isom. It is blocked at the buzzer, and that's going to do it. After 3 quarters, our score, Elyria 55, Admiral King 54. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this timeout on the WEOL Colson and Colson Cage matchup.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Thanks very much, Terrence, and we want to remind you that Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20, courtesy of Joseph Bach. You can watch tonight's game of the Elyria Holiday Classic with Admiral King at Elyria tomorrow, December 29th, Wednesday at noon, 6 and 10 on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television in Elyria, or in Lorain, I should say, that's Adelphia Cable Channel 20. As we get set to begin the fourth quarter. Thank Terrence for his update there. 61-35 Southview over Brunswick. Larry Reardon wiping away some perspiration here on the floor at Elyria High School as we get set to begin the fourth quarter. He wants to check things out and make sure that there's no water out there. You don't want any slipping and sliding. In the quarter, Elyria outscored Admiral King 24-23. Fourth quarter underway. Admiral King with the basketball. Nixon has it on three-point line. Nixon driving in. Nixon to Bieber. Bieber traveled with the ball. Bieber, Pinkerton, Nixon, Blackman, and Danny Hoskins for Lorraine Admiral King. Cole Liu, Justin Phillips, Lewis Tumblin, Dominic Milton, Jack Cito out there for Elyria. Phillips with the basketball across midcourt. 7:40 to go in regulation. Elyria by 1. What a third quarter, Gary. 24-23 Elyria in that quarter alone.
Interesting notes about that quarter. Elyria with 4 3-pointers in that quarter. Admiral King, 7 of 7 from the free throw line.
That was just a fun quarter to watch. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips out to Cito for 3. He hits it. Cito with 8 points, 6 of them on 2 3-pointers. Hoskins in the corner, 15-footer over Cole Lewis, up and in. It's like a heavyweight fight. They're just trading punches. Long lob to Milton. He missed the layup. Rebound comes down to Hoskins. To Nixon. 7 minutes to go. 58-56. Foul line jumper off the back of the rim. No. Tipped it over to Hoskins. Put it up in and he's fouled. And we're tied at 58 and we'll be back with the free throw in 30 seconds.
It can happen anytime, anywhere. And the Navy Marine Corps team is ready the way no one else is. Taking the fight inland, all the way from the sea. That's the power of teamwork. For more information or to join us, visit our website.
Free throw is no good. The foul on Jack Cito, his 4th at the other end. Justin Phillips was fouled. Justin Phillips is going to go to the free throw line, and we'll be back with Phillips' free throw in 30 seconds.
They clean your house, polish your floors, shine your furniture, correct your errors, and can kill your kids. The everyday household products your kids are sniffing to get high have always been right under your nose, too. Talk to your kids about the dangers of sniffing.
Justin Phillips missed the first free throw. Now he dips and flips for number 2. Put it up and in. Justin Phillips makes the free throw. It's 59-58. Elyria by 1. Other end, Julius Blackman lays it up. No good. Rebound to Pinkerton. Pinkerton gets the ball stuck between the basket and the rim. That turnover will give the ball back to Elyria. 6:32 to go in regulation.
Now does that count? That counts as a jump ball, is that correct?
That I don't know. I don't know if that's alternating possession or if that just is not sure. 6.5, that's a question for the referees after the game. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Elyria leads by 1, 59-58. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips to Milton. Milton at the foul line. Milton to Phillips. Phillips at the foul line. The jumper's up. It's short off the front of the rim. Rebound, Dominique Harris. The return from 8 feet. No good. Rebound, Bieber, and he's fouled by Cole Liu, and that is his 4th foul. And as Dan Bieber walks to the line for a 1-and-1, we'll take a 30-second break.
When your child gets sick with the usual illnesses an unusual number of times, it could be an immune deficiency called PI. Get the warning signs.
Dan Bieber at the free throw line. He dips and flips his first one up and in. We're tied at 59. 6:09 to go in the ball game. Cole Liu, now the second starter from Elyria with 4 fouls. Second free throw around the rim and in. The inbound comes to Phillips. 60-59. King by 1. 6:03 to go. Cito and Liu, each with 4 fouls, each on the Elyria high bench. 2 starters. Dominique Harris with the basketball. Dominique hands it off to Lewis Tumblin. Tumblin with the basketball. 5:50 to go in regulation. Pioneers down 1. Tumblin, cross court for Milton. Hoskins went for the steal, didn't get it. Back to Tumblin. His 3 is in, and he was fouled by Pinkerton. Tumblin got knocked down to the floor. He made it, and he was fouled. Holy mackerel.
Elyria came out. They spread the floor once again, allowing whoever had the ball to go one-on-one. They got it over in that corner. And Tumblin was open momentarily. Pinkerton took a run at him as he was putting up that three-pointer and just got him as he let the ball go.
For Pinkerton, his first foul, team's 8th. 24 points on the night for Lewis Tumblin. He didn't have any after 1 quarter. 5:45 to go in regulation. Tumblin put it up and in. Tumblin with 25, 63-60 Elyria. Mosley gets the ball to Hoskins. Hoskins with the basketball. Hoskins turnaround 8-footer from the baseline, no good. Rebound comes down to Justin Phillips for Elyria. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips. Danny Noble is in for Elyria. Noble in for the first time tonight. Phillips splits the defense, put it up in, and he's fouled. Phillips with the basket. Timeout, Admiral King. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll return to Elyria after this.
Was in another lifetime, one of toil and blood. When blackness was a virtue, the road was.
If we do not take responsibility for saving animals from extinction, we allow a part of ourselves to die with them. Help World Wildlife Fund protect animals in the places where they live by ordering a free action kit. Together, we can leave our children a living planet.
Come in, she said, I'll give ya shelter from the storm.
65-60 Elyria. They lead by 5. Phillips and Tumblin, they have combined for 40 of the 65, Gary. They've put on a heck of a show, especially in the second half.
Yes, they have, especially second half and that third quarter play. Wow, it was lights out for the Pioneer guards.
Phillips completes the three-point play, 66-60. Elyria leads by 6 with 5:18 remaining until the Mr. Hero postgame show. With the basketball is Nixon. Nixon has it. Nixon back out to Kimbrough. Got it inside to Bieber. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back with Bieber's foul shots.
As time flows on, there are places we return to again and again. Precious places. Timeless places. Places that with your help can endure forever. I'm Paul Newman. Help the Nature Conservancy save the last great places around the world.
Bieber makes both foul shots at 66-62, Elyria ball with 5:05 remaining.
Admiral King turning up the heat defensively right now with full court pressure.
Phillips has it, splits the defense, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Danny Noble, he laid it up and in. Noble with his first 2 of the game, and Elyria's lead is back to 6, 68-62, 4:50 to go. The pass by Kimbrough is knocked away, but Kimbrough gets it back, hands it off to Dan Bieber. Bieber between the circles. Bieber with a lob for Jerry Nixon. Double team, got through it, put it up and in. Nixon with 16. 68-64, Elyria's lead is 4. Quick pass to Noble. Noble was fouled on the floor. And we're going to have a 1-and-1 for Danny Noble, the call by Mark Winerka. So Danny Noble is at the free throw line for a 1 in the bonus with 4:29 remaining in the ball game. 68-64, that foul is on Jonathan Kimbrough, his second. Noble at the line, he is 50% on the year, the 6'3 sophomore. Noble's free throw is short off the front of the rim, rebound Bieber. Big rebound for the Admirals there, Gary. To Pinkerton, 15-foot jumper off the iron, no good. Out to Lewis Tumblin. Tumblin and the Pioneers lead by 4. Elyria has all 5 timeouts remaining, Admiral King with 3. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips on the three-point line. Phillips dribbling in. Phillips splits the defense on the way up. Got it to Noble, but he traveled. .403 to go in regulation. Admiral ball down 4. Long lob for Hoskins, who went too far out of bounds. The ball goes back to Elyria. A critical turnover there for the Admirals.
Well, the Admirals, as hot as they were in that third quarter when everybody was putting the basket in the hole, right now, they've cooled off considerably. Only Hoskins has scored here for the Admirals in that fourth quarter of play.
Long lob to Phillips. Phillips had it knocked away off the glass. The rebound came down to Bieber, and he was held and I think fouled by Dominique Milton. And we're going to have a 1-and-1 as they walk to the other end. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
Keep your pets safe this winter. Wash your dog's paws to remove harmful salt from walking on the streets and sidewalks. Keep cats indoors. Clean up antifreeze spills. Limit outdoor exercise. Breathing cold air for extended periods can damage your dog's lungs. Don't play summer games in the winter. It can cause a serious case of frostbite. If your pet shows signs of frostbite, keep it warm and take it to your veterinarian for immediate treatment.
Bieber at the line makes the first. Bieber at the line puts them both in. 68-66, Elyria by 2. 3:55 to go. Timeout Pioneers. We'll be back after this timeout. 3:55 to go in regulation. We're back in 60 seconds.
Get involved with the Red Cross to help prepare your community. You never know how many lives you might change. When we come together, we become part of something bigger than us all.
3:55 to go in regulation. Elyria leads 68-66. I'm not sure where Terry gets some of these things, Gary.
I don't know either, but
2-point lead for the Pioneers. 3:50 remaining. Jack Cito back into the game with the basketball. Gets it to Dominique Milton. Milton on the three-point line. Milton bounce pass to Cito. Cito with 4 fouls. Colu also out on the floor with 4 fouls. The original 5 out there for Elyria. Also the same for Admiral King right now. Tumblin with the jumper, no good. Rebound Dan Bieber, and he's fouled by Lewis Tumblin. So it's Tumblin, Milton, Lou, Cito, and Phillips for Elyria. And Admiral King will counter with Hoskins, Bieber, Pinkerton, also Kimbrough, and Nixon.
And right
Bieber,
now,
go ahead.
Bieber's been key for the Admirals here in this fourth quarter. He's got 6 of 6 from the free throw line, keeping him right there.
All in the quarter, 7 of 7. He has had a huge second half. He has 13 points, Gary, after only scoring 2 in the second or in the first half. Pinkerton comes out, and coming in for Jay is Derek Mosley. Bieber again, he'll try to tie it with 3.5 remaining. It's up and it's in. Dan Bieber 8 for 8 in the quarter, as Gary says. And we're tied at 68 with 3:28 to go in the game. Phillips in the backcourt. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips on the dribble into the forecourt, guarded by Nixon. Phillips will get around Nixon. Now he's going to pull it back out. Almost, he didn't get it. It's a 5-second call. I thought he got away with carrying the ball, but then he gets a 5-second call. Turnover gives it to Admiral King with 3:12 remaining. Pinkerton checks back in for Mosley. We're tied at 68, and we're going to have quite a finish here, Gary.
That was a huge turnover for the Pioneers there. Gives the Admirals a chance to take the lead.
Bieber with the basketball. Bieber to Hoskins. Hoskins on the way up. Lost it, but he lost it to Milton, who was sitting out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to Admiral King.
Yeah, they've been feeding that ball down in there to Hoskins periodically throughout the game. He does a nice job of putting up a shot right after he gets it. Never puts it to the floor.
Bieber gets it from Nixon. Bieber put it up and in, and it's a 3. Dan Bieber's big second half continues. King by 3, blocked by Bieber up from tumbling out of bounds to Elyria. Dan Bieber is coming up at both ends. 71-68 Admirals with 2:54 to go. Cito to inbound. Right now, Larry Reardon wants to talk things over as Tumblin and Kimbrough push and shove a little bit. Now Mark Iwanek is going to come in, or Mark Winerka, I'm sorry, is going to come in and tell them both to cut it out. Cito to inbound, 2:54 to go. Cito looking. Cito with a bounce pass for Justin Phillips. Phillips double teamed in the corner, gets through it, pass to Milton. Shot blocked by Hoskins, comes out to Phillips. King by 3 with 2:45 to go. For Tumblin for 3, we're tied. Oh my, Tumblin with 28, and we're tied at 71.
Wow, a couple of huge blocks by the Admirals defensively, but Tumblin comes back out, has no fear, answers with 3.
Nixon at the other end, put it in, he's fouled. Nixon with a basket, he'll look for the 3-point play at the line. Foul on Phillips. Phillips now with 4. Foul trouble really becoming a concern for Elyria, Gary. Phillips, Cito, Lou, 3 starters each with 4. Nixon for the 3-point play, he makes it. 74-71, 2:25 to go. King by 3. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips across midcourt. Phillips in between the circles. 2:20 to go. Phillips at the foul line. Phillips splits the defense. Phillips to the hole. He laid it up and in.
Phillips faked a couple of guys out there and got himself a shot. He created that one.
74-73 King. Nixon to Bieber. Bieber inside. Put it up and in. 76-73 King. Phillips gets the lead. Phillips over Bieber. Blocked by Bieber, but a foul by Dan Bieber. And Justin Phillips will go to the line for 2 with 1:56 to go. And these two rivals are getting after it, and this has been a great, great championship game.
I tell you what, Rob, it's reminiscent of the old days when Admiral King and Elyria used to play. A lot of big battles, and this is just like they used to be.
Phillips line right, put it up off the rim, no good. Jay Pinkerton coming in for Derek Mosley for Admiral King. Phillips, 69% on the year. He has made a couple of free throws tonight. He has 18 points overall. Phillips will try to make it a 2-point game. Justin line right, put it up, and he split the pair. 76-74, King by 2. 1:55 to go in regulation. What a basketball game from Elyria. Jeriel Nixon across midcourt. Nixon into the forecourt. Over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough to Bieber at the foul line. Finds Hoskins back door. Laid it up, nobody's fouled. Danny Hoskins to the line for 2.
They fed the ball into Bieber at the high post. He spun around, found Hoskins on the low block. He did what he had to do to get it up. He's been doing it all night long. Took the ball high in the air, put up a shot. Didn't get the basket that time, but he is going to the free throw line.
For Cole Lou, that is his 5th foul, and Elyria will make a substitution. Cole Lou has fouled out of the contest. Cole tonight fouls out, scoring 4 points. Danny Noble, a sophomore, comes in with 2 for Kolu, who fouls out with 4 points. Good effort for the 6'4 senior tonight. Hoskins comes in. Hoskins with 10. Hoskins the first of 2. It's up, it trickles off the rim. Danny on the year, 58%. As a team, the Admirals are 65%. We want to thank Jim Allen of WEOL for getting us the updated Admiral King stats. Second free throw, he missed them both. Hoskins got his own rebound though. Back out to Nixon. 1:35 to go. Over to Pinkerton. Pinkerton to Nixon. Admiral King by 2. They just got a huge offensive rebound, Gary.
Yeah, they missed 2 free throws right there, but they get the ball back, and now they have an opportunity to make something happen offensively.
We're going to take a 60-second timeout. Timeout King. 1:23 to go. The Admirals lead by 2.
For the people in our armed forces, it's a time of sacrifice, a time of duty. That's why we've joined together to form the Armed Forces Relief Trust to help military families cope with financial and medical emergencies at home. The 4 military aid societies gave millions last year to cover unexpected medical expenses, child care, and more. But with so many overseas, the need is greater than ever. They're serving us. Let's serve them in return.
Bieber to inbound for Admiral King. The Admirals with 2 timeouts remaining. Elyria with 4. Admiral King leads 76-74 with 1:23 to go in regulation. A fantastic basketball game here for the finals of the Elyria Holiday Tournament. Admiral King trying to defend their crown. They won it last year. Nixon with the basketball in between the circles. Nixon picks up his dribble, goes to Mosley. 1:10 remaining. Back out to Nixon. Elyria playing man-to-man defense. Phillips on Nixon. Tumblin goes for the steal. Tumblin didn't get the steal, gets called for the foul. Tumblin thought he got a steal. They're in the double penalty. And going to the free throw line for Tumblin, that's his second foul. Going to the free throw line is Jeriel Nixon for 2.
Good thing they got those pads on the end of the scorer's table over here. I think John Cernas might have broke a hand on that one.
And I think John Cernas was pretty close to getting the tee right there. He really, really was vehemently upset, and Mark Winerker comes over and talks to him about it. Jeriel Nixon makes the free throw for Nixon. What a night for him. He's got 20. How in the world are we giving out 2 awards after this game? We could pass out about 20. 78-74. He made both of them. Under a minute to play. Elyria's down 4. Phillips with the basketball. Phillips, we have a whistle. And what?
And we had somebody, some idiot out here in the stands, and they're probably going to be caught on video, threw a bottle out onto the court, the plastic bottle.
Ladies and gentlemen,
over here, went right over the Admiral King bench.
Stops the clock with 54 seconds to go in the game. Admiral King leads 78-74. Elyria will inbound here.
Let's not spoil it. You will be ejected.
Cito to inbound. I didn't see that. Cito inbounds the basketball to Phillips. 52 seconds to go. Elyria down by 4. Phillips with the basketball on the 3-point line. Phillips at the foul line. Phillips dribbles in, leaves it for Noble. Noble cross court for Milton. Milton trying to get over Hoskins. Tough angle, missed it. Noble got the rebound, lost it, got it back, gets it over to Phillips. 35 seconds to go. Elyria down by 4, a whistle and a foul on the floor, and Elyria will be in the 1-and-1 with 33.7 seconds remaining. It'll be Justin Phillips at the line for a 1-and-1.
Elyria taking a little bit too much time to get that basket.
Pinkerton in for Mosley. They play offense, defense with that change.
Still a lot of time left, 33.7 seconds to go.
Phillips at the line for a 1-and-1. Phillips line right, put it up, it's short, no good. Rebound tipped around to Danny Hoskins. Admiral King with the basketball, up 4, they get it ahead to Jonathan Kimbrough. He'll lay it up, missed it. Rebound Cito. Cito for Elyria, gets it to Tumblin. Tumblin drives in, lost it on his way up. It goes out of bounds. Elyria keeps it with 19.9 seconds remaining. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 19.9 seconds remaining. The Pioneers trail by 4. We'll be back after this.
What will it take to warn you about the danger of radon gas? It's a threat in 1 out of every 15 homes. You can't see it, smell it, or taste it. So, many lung cancer victims never knew about this risk. A simple home test might have warned them. Don't ignore it. Protect your family and test your home today. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Homes with high radon levels can be fixed.
.9 seconds remaining, Gary. Elyria to inbound. They trail 78-74. What a job by both these two teams here tonight.
I'll tell you what, I do have to echo the statements of some of the fans. Some of the fans are leaving here with 19 seconds. I can't see how.
The inbound to Tumblin. Tumblin on the three-point line. Tumblin gets Nixon up, puts up the shot. It's an air ball. It's going to go out of bounds. Admiral King with the basketball with 12.7 seconds remaining. They're going to inbound, leading by 4. Pinkerton to come back in. The Admirals want a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 78-74 King with 12 seconds remaining.
Hi, I'm Chris Klug, snowboarder, Olympic bronze medalist, and liver recipient. Every day, we make decisions that affect our lives and the lives of others. I'm living proof that the decision to be an organ donor is the right one. Make the decision to be an organ donor and donate life. Make the decision to be an organ donor. Make the decision to donate life.
.7 seconds remaining. The Admiral King Admirals to inbound, leading 78-74. Bieber inbounds to Hoskins, back to Bieber. Bieber over to Hoskins, 9 seconds. Illyria's got a foul. They can't get to the ball. Justin Phillips knocked out the pass out of bounds with 7.6 seconds remaining. The Admiral King Admirals up 78-74 are 7 seconds away from winning their second consecutive holiday tournament at Elyria. In the backcourt, Nixon is fouled by Tumblin, and Nixon will go to the line for 2. 6.5 seconds remaining in the game. Jeriel Nixon to go to the free throw line for 2. The foul on Tumblin for Lewis is 3rd. Nixon has had an awesome game. He has 21. Nixon up, around rim, and it fell in. Nixon with 22, 11 in each half. Gary, I think the toughest part of our job tonight will be giving out just 2 awards.
I think you're right.
The Mr. Hero Award, as Nixon made them both, and also the Northern Star of the Game Award coming up. Yeah, they get it ahead to Milton. Milton laid it up and in, and that is going to do it. Milton laid it up and in, and the Admiral King Admirals defeat the Elyria Pioneers by a score of 80-76. The Admiral King Admirals, congratulations to them. They go to 5-1 overall. Elyria drops to 3-3. Both teams and coaches, staffs shake hands out here on the floor as the Admirals win at 80-76 to win the 7th annual Elyria Holiday Tournament. We'll be back with the Mr. Hero postgame show after this timeout. You're listening to the WEOL Colson and Colson Cage Matchup.
Sleep, my love, and peace will send thee all through the night. Guardian angels will attend thee all through the night.
It's time now for the Mr. Hero postgame show, presented to you by your local Mr. Hero. What a great holiday tournament we had here at Elyria as Admiral King defeats Elyria in the finals by a score of 80-76. In the consolation game you heard earlier on AM 930 WEOL, it was Elyria Catholic defeating Clearview by a score of 60-54. Scoring by quarters, Elyria led after one, 15-11. Admiral King would outscore Elyria 20-16 to make it 31-all at halftime. The Pioneers would outscore Elyria 24-23 in the third quarter to go up 55-54 heading into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Admiral King would outscore Elyria 26-21 to win it, 80-76. In the second half, Lorraine Admiral King would outscore Elyria 49-45 in the half. They scored more points than we've seen a lot of teams score in games this year. We'll look at individual scoring right after this timeout. You're listening to the WEOL Colson and Colson Cage Matchup.
Hey, I'm Vanessa Carlton. Doing music at school has had a great impact on my life. I definitely wouldn't be making music now or be where I am today if it weren't for the training I got in class. If you have the opportunity to do music at school, take advantage. Making music takes people places, and you never know where it may take you. To learn more about how you can make your own music, go to The Edge at www.themusicedge.com.
And now for the champions from Lorraine Admiral King, coached by Mr. Michael Scott. Number 1, Jerry L. Nixon. Number 3, Harris Blue. Number 5, Mike Schuster. Number 10, Jonathan Kimbrough. Number 21, Derek Mosley. Number 23, Jordan Simmons. Number 32, Rashawn Lagarde. Number 33, Jay Pinkerton. Number 41, Dan Bieber. Number 42, Danny Hoskins. Number 52, Julius Blackman. And assistant coach, Al Stacy. And would the seniors from the Admirals please come forward to accept the trophy. Accepting Jerry L. Nixon, Julius Blackman, and Dan Bieber, seniors for Admiral King.
Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis affect 1 million Americans by attacking their digestive system. Our son Marvin is one of them. As a mother, I know the devastating pain and suffering these diseases can cause. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America is searching for the cure and empowering patients through education and support.
For a free booklet, contact us at ccfa.org.
Help us cure Crohn's and colitis.
Welcome back to the Mr. Hero postgame show. Rob Polinsky along with Gary Pelder as they pass out the awards. Elyria getting the runner-up individual awards and trophies. Admiral King now getting awards as both teams come out and shake hands, show real good sportsmanship here as the two teams are talking it over right now, and again, congratulating each other on a great game. Taking a look at individual scoring for the Admiral King Admirals, it was Jerry L. Nixon with 11 in the first half, 12 in the second half. Nixon finished with 23. Jay Pinkerton had 9 in the first half, 6 in the second half. Pinkerton finished with 15. Dan Bieber had 2 in the first half, but Dan Bieber had an outstanding second half of 19 points. He finished with 21. Danny Hoskins tonight had 2 at halftime, 8 in the second half to finish with 10. And Jonathan Kimbrough had a field goal for 2. 71 points from the starting 5 for Admiral King. Off the bench, Derek Mosley had a solid game. Mosley with 7. Rashawn Lagarde had a second quarter field goal for 2. 9 points off the bench, added to the 71 for the starters, gives Admirals their total of 80. Julius Blackman and Jordan Simmons saw action, didn't score. We'll continue on the Mr. Hero postgame show after this timeout. You're listening to high school basketball on AM 930 WEOL.
Mom? Dad?
You were miserable parents. I snuck out. You caught me.
I lied. You knew.
I pushed.
And you pushed back.
Invaded my privacy.
My privacy.
I hated it.
I hated you.
Why couldn't you leave me alone?
Just leave me alone.
I thought you were the worst parents in the world.
I thought you were the worst parents in the world.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Elyria High School. Ron Polinsky, Gary Pelder, as we get set to get ready for Coach Scott to come up for the Admiral King Admirals. He's talking things over with Mark McGuire, the tournament director and athletic director here of the Elyria City Schools. And Coach Scott is going to come up and talk to us if John McDermott from our sales staff leaves him alone long enough to make his way up here.
Doesn't McDermott know any.
John, let us talk to him. Is that okay? Oh, I see that. Here comes Coach Scott as he walks up here. John, make yourself useful. Hey, Coach Scott, congratulations. Thanks for coming up and joining us. What are your thoughts? Congratulations on winning this tournament. A great game for you guys tonight.
It's definitely a great game for us. You know, give Elyria credit. They put it to us. I mean, they were playing real hard, knocking down big shots. Coach does a great job with them. Our kids stayed focused on what we had to accomplish. And when it got gut check time, we got some big stops at the end. Our seniors stepped up tonight. Dan Bieber hit some big free throws, really played aggressive. Jeriel was our floor leader, Jeriel Nixon. And Julius Blackman came in and gave us some huge minutes in the first half, and he gave us some good defense in the second half. So it was a total team effort, and that's great to see, especially at this stage of the season.
And that third quarter, Tumblin was going off, hitting threes. Phillips was getting going, but you guys stayed right with them and didn't let them run away from you at that point. I thought that was important.
Well, yeah, that's definitely important. The kids know that, you know, the race isn't won by the swift, but by those who can endure a marathon. And that's what the game of basketball is. It's 4 quarters, and we've got to stay tough no matter, you know, what the situation is. We've got to play 4 quarters of basketball, and the kids did that, and that was great to see.
Talking a little bit about that, Coach, I thought tonight that even when you guys got a little bit cold there at periods throughout that second half of play, you guys were 20 of 23 from the free throw line.
Wow.
So you got the free throws when you needed to get them to keep it going and keep it close, and then eventually push that lead out.
Right. Last game we shot 80% from the free throw line. So the kids are working in practice on the little things. We very much stressed the little things of the game, and that was huge. I didn't realize it was that remarkable of a number.
Yeah, and finished 22 of 27 for 81%. So there's a lot of points coming down at the charity stripe tonight.
Definitely, and that was the point. You know, we wanted to get our free throws up, you know, because we can shoot the ball from the line, and we've got size. We've got to utilize that, and that's what the kids did tonight. They were very aggressive.
Coach, a game like that's back and forth, emotional. The place is packed. A lot. It's fun for us to do. It's fun for the fans to watch. Is it fun to coach?
Oh, it's great to coach. Very fatiguing to coach, but I mean, that's what high school sports is all about. You know, having the community out supporting. The kids are playing hard, leaving it on the floor, and we're putting a good game for the fans and for everyone involved, and that's great.
How about the start for your team, 5-1 to this point of the season?
It's a great start. All the credit goes to the kids. You know, they came in with me in the summer, and they dedicated themselves to restoring the tradition of King basketball by playing hard night in and night out and leaving it all on the floor. And I'm so proud of these kids right now. This is just, you know, we take it game by game, and we stay focused on what we need to do, and I'm proud of these kids. There's a great group of kids.
Well, Coach, it's still early in the year, but I've seen a lot of King basketball over the years, and you guys got a great job going down there at Ashland Avenue right now.
Thank you. I appreciate it, sir.
Good job, Coach Scott. Congratulations. Thanks for coming up and joining us. Enjoy this win. Happy New Year. Best of luck in the 05 portion.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you.
All right. That's Coach Mike Scott, the winning head coach from Lorraine Admiral King, and we appreciate his time and efforts. And, again, the Admirals defeat Elyria by a score of 80-76. Gary Pelder will have the stats as we continue right after this timeout.
Breast cancer doesn't just affect women. This year, nearly 40,000 women will die. The Breast Cancer Research Foundation has awarded $40 million in research grants. Please help us make a difference. Visit us at bcrfcure.org or call 1-866-FIND-A-CURE.
Back out here at Elyria High School, taking a quick look at the final shooting statistics for both teams. First of all, for the Pioneers from Elyria High, they finished the evening 29 of 54 from the field for 54% unofficially, 7 of 14 from three-point range for 50% from outside the arc. Looking at their free throw shooting, they were 11 of 20 for 55%. They in that second half of play, 1 of 2 in the third quarter, 4 of 8 in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. Looking at the shooting statistics for the Admirals, they finished the evening 22 of 45 for 47% from the field unofficially, 4 of 7 from three-point range. Looking at their free throw shooting statistics, kind of alluded to it in the post-game interview there with Coach, 22 of 27 for 81% from the free throw line, 13 of 16 in that fourth and final quarter. And incidentally, 2 of those misses were by Danny Hoskins. He was at the line, but he did manage to get his offensive rebound on the second of those 2 misses. So somewhat negating those 2 misses if you look at it that way. Looking at the turnovers, Admiral King turned the ball over 9 times. Elyria turned it over 10 times. A couple of block shots for the Admirals and a block shot for the Elyria Pioneers. We're going to take a break and be back with more of the postgame right after this.
They won't leave you for someone younger. They won't notice you've gained weight. They won't fire you. They won't talk about you behind your back. All they'll ever do is love you. Find the love of your life. Visit PetFinder at aspca.org.
And we want to remind you that tonight's winning coach interview with Coach Mike Scott, the winning coach of the Lorraine Admiral King Admirals, was brought to you by International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 129 and the National Electrical Contractors Association. The IBEW supports a drug-free environment in the workplace and in schools. Before we need to get out of here, we got to pass out our awards. It's time to announce tonight's Northern Star, brought to you by Northern Savings. Bankers, neighbors, friends, Northern Savings, an equal housing lender. And Gary, obviously we could pass out a ton of awards tonight, as you had 4 Admirals in double figures. You had 2 Elyria Pioneers in double figures. But to me, the star of the game, Jeriel Nixon. A real solid game all the way around. He had 11 in the first half, 12 in the second half, 23 points for the 6'2 senior point guard. He came in averaging 13.2 a game. He made 8 free throws. He made a 3-point field goal. He made 6 2-point field goals. He had good defense. He blocked some shots. He was all over the floor. To me, he was the leader out there for the Admirals, and congratulations to Jeriel Nixon being tonight's Northern Star of the game from Northern Savings.
You're right. He did a great job. He controlled the ball most of the time. He'd take it down into the paint, to dish it off occasionally, take the shot himself, and you're talking about those 8 free throws. He was 8 of 8 from the free throw line this evening for the Admirals.
And now it's time to announce the hero of the game, presented by your local Mr. Hero, Ambitious Burgers for Ambitious Appetites. And our hero of the game, well, he had 2 points at halftime, and we were tied at 31. And he came back in the second half and just had an incredible ball game. He made 8 of 8 from the foul line in the fourth quarter. He made 5 field goals. One of them was a 3 in the second half. 19 points in the second half. 21 points overall for the hero of the game. He blocked shots. He was all over the floor defensively. Dan Bieber from Lorraine Admiral King, tonight's hero of the game, brought to you by your local Mr. Hero.
Bieber with a huge fourth quarter down the stretch. He made a couple of big baskets. He hit that three-pointer. He was hitting the free throws. He was 8 of 8 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter of play. And at one point he hit a basket, came down the other end of the floor, made a big block. Just did it all in that second half for sure.
And both those guys will get T-shirts with the WEOL logo. For Dan, he'll have the Mr. Hero emblem on his, and for Jeriel, he'll have the Northern Star, brought to you by Northern Savings, on his, along with the EOL logo, and it'll have their name and the date of this game that they can remember winning the 7th annual Elyria Holiday Classic from Elyria High School. Congratulations to those guys.
This has been a production of Lorraine City Schools TV 20 WLCS.